tiredness, fatigue from the camp for this way?
I've been doing this for years now, so and tonight, yeah, it was, it went 4 rounds. I had tougher spars, so there's no need for breaks really.
Will you need to improve for Golovkin, or do you think you're already there?
I will need. Listen, Tom Doran is not Gennady Golovkin. Everything I'm doing now has to be upped. Everything has to be on point, pinpoint. You can't go into a fight like that with, unless you're 100%. And if anything, I was 50% tonight. By the time I get to Golovkin, I will be 100%.
Presumably not so much showboating.
More showboating.
Is it fair to say you had fun tonight, especially for friends?
I was enjoying it, yeah. It's all the hard work is done in the gym. So when you get into a ring, you feel a man's punches, you feel his spirit, and you know that there's no way on this earth he's going to beat you, then you can enjoy yourself. So that's what I did.
Did Duran do anything that bothered you? You look like he caught you with a couple of shots.
I've got a couple little marks here. I don't know where that came from. He was using his head a little bit, but full credit to him. I've dropped guys with one body shot. One of the body shots that he took a whole bunch of them, and it took him. He didn't want to give up. So full credit to him.
You said you do more showboating against Golovkin. Why? Do you think Golovkin's only going to be? Do you think he would rattle there?
I'm not a conventional fighter. You guys know this by now. And the way to beat somebody like Golovkin is to do things unconventionally. What am I going to do? Do everything the same as all the other guys he's been in the ring? No, you've got to do something different. So I've got a nice few little tricks up my sleeve here.
What have you got to do about sparring and trying to kind of replicate that extreme power?
Well, I will have to get the best sparring, in the world. I'll have whoever I need flown over will look at fighters to try and replicate his style. Like I said, everything needs to be upped. Sparring will be a key factor. I didn't really get any sparring for this fight here. Everything was done with pad work, bag work, and just general fitness. We're definitely looking for strong super middleweights. Probably will be a good option. Power, obviously, that's what he relies on, is his power. I know I can take a shot, so that's why I'm not worried about stepping into the ring with this man.
Cost a bit more to get top sparring.
If this fight happens, then money will not be an option for, it won't be a worry for me.
Where do you think a victory by you over Gennady Golovkin would rank among kind of British wins?
It's huge. It's huge.
One of the top ones ever?
I think so. This has the potential to be, one of the biggest fights in British boxing history, I believe. The reputation he has, to take that scalp in England, that's history right now.
How close to the best Golovkin do you think he is at the moment? I mean, he's 34 and been around for a while. Do you think he's there for the taking, or do you think he's still right at the top level?
I think he's still right there. His last performances, you're not seeing any. He's not diminishing. You're not seeing holes as far as him getting older. He's carrying his power. And in his last fight, he was letting the guy hit him, which is interesting. I hope he does the same for me.
Eddie, how confident are you that Golovkin won this next in September?
He's ready to sign. We just got to make sure the deal and the terms are right for Junior. But listen, there's no one queuing up to fight Gennady Golovkin. Billy Joe Saunders run a mile. Canelo's run a mile. It's embarrassing, Canelo. I mean, they've forged a story to say that they've agreed a deal for next fall in 2017. It's like a year and a half. Canelo would love to box at middleweight. He's killing himself to make £154 just to fight Liam Smith, which is bombed in America. So Canelo's lost face. Billy Joe had the fight. It was there for him to take. He wouldn't take it.
Canelo's fighting Liam Smith.
Yeah. But the fact is there seems to be only one world-class fighter who is a big name that is prepared to face him, and that's Eubank Jr.
So on that note, maybe in the doubt left, is there a message from Eubank Jr. and Senior to Mr. Triple G in his camp? In case he needs anyone to
I said it up in the ring. I'm coming for his belts. You know, this is a dream of mine to become a world champion and to be able to share a ring with the so-called pound for pound makes it all the more special. You know, this guy, he's not indestructible. He's not the boogeyman, or whatever you guys want to call him. You know, he has 2 arms, 2 legs, and a heartbeat just like me. And I can and I will beat him.
What sort of training set up now? Is it just the 3 of you with Ronnie Davis?
Pretty much, yeah.
Because Adam Booth's not involved.
Chris, one kind of criticism of Golovkin is that his record is maybe not full of the top names, people like Martin Murray, David O'Neill, maybe the best he's fought. What do you kind of think of his record today? Do you think he's had a sort of preparation, to fight you?
He's undefeated and he has the highest knockout ratio in boxing. You can't knock that. He's paid his dues. He's fought everyone that's been in his path. But as far as pound for pound, I don't think he has earned that title, because he hasn't fought anyone, in my opinion, that can earn him that title pound for pound. You have to be fighting the top guys. But a great fighter, strong fighter, there for the taking. And Chris Eubank Jr. will take it.
Where do you rank him in the pound for pound?
I don't believe in all that. Pound for pound is fantasy. I don't fantasize. I do it.
That is, I like that. I've never heard that before. I like that. No, I do. But I don't so much believe that, because after you do your process on him, you will be pound for pound. You may not believe in it. I want to believe it. And that's the only way I can fulfill my promise. I'll make you better than me. Just follow my path, or the path I advise.
Chris,
There's many routes to the top. Okay, this is a beautiful route. It's a wonderful route. The routes other people have talked about is another route, but it's not my one. I don't think it's a good route. The other routes people have talked about. This one is the best one. We'll clean up the top and then we'll work backwards.
What makes you more confident that you could be Gennady Golovkin?
He is solely relying on his power and his intimidation factor. These guys that he fights, they already lost before they've got into the ring with him. I have so much self-belief that I know that's not going to affect me. I'm not going in there. I'm not a filler. I'm not going in there to survive. I'm not going in there thinking, I don't want to get hurt. I'm going in there to take everything that he has. I'm not scared of him. And speed. Is he faster than me? Does he throw combinations quicker than me?
Can you answer the question? Well, yeah, answer the question. He's asked you a question.
In your opinion?
No, he doesn't throw punches as fast as you, but he's got consistent punching power.
Yeah,
And very
we know about the power. We're not talking about.
he's very accurate. This one thing.
Yeah, accurate. I'm accurate too. I was accurate tonight. And how accurate is he going to be against a guy who has my type of defense? He's not fast, and I know how to evade extremely well. That's a huge part of my training, is to slip punches. He doesn't slip punches. The guy, you know, he was letting the guy punch him in the face in his last fight. The guy didn't have any power, but, you know, 3 shots is, you know, that's unprofessional to me anyway.
It's deplorable.
But you know, there are many holes, there are many weaknesses I see in his game, as there are weaknesses in everybody's game. But
everyone is telling me, Mr. Hart, that this is the pound for pound, the premier guy after Mayweather Jr. So I'm going with your market rate. I don't believe it. No different to when I saw Ben all those years ago. Everyone's telling me that this guy's going to knock my head into the 4th row. But I'm saying to myself, I can beat this guy, and I'm looking at the same calculation today. I'm looking at Golovkin, I'm looking at Chris Eubank Jr., and I'm saying, you know, the math works in Junior's favor. You know, he's minimum 3 to his 1. I said the other day I fought Kawasaki. Not that I wasn't a premier fighter before I fought Kawasaki. I was a premier fighter. How come he beat me every single round? Speed. 4 to my 1. Speed. So the calculation to me, it's like, it's not, this is not guessing. I'm not guessing, and I'm like, really? Okay, well, would you prove this to me? Mr. Golovkin, prove to me that you can beat Junior, because I don't believe it. Mr. Hart here says, I wouldn't put my son in with him. You're not a risk taker.
I did qualify that at the moment.
You are not a risk taker, 1. 2, you've never been in there. You don't know about what it takes to be this. Putting it on the line, stepping up to the plate. You know, you should be proud of Junior. I'm proud of guys who have kahunas. I like to see that. It's inspiring to see someone say, you know what, bring it. How else is he going to actually take off into the stratosphere? We're not worried about Saunders. Saunders is not the problem, it's his management. If it was a fair fight, Junior burnt him the first time and still gave away 6 rounds. It'll come back. Golovkin. They're happy, we're happy. The only people who seem to be a little bit shaky is Sky. If this fight doesn't happen, it's because of Sky. Eddie's done his job. We are ready to sign. Sky have to actually make sure the deal works for Britain's fighter, British champion. Would you say that's fair to say, Eddie?
Yeah.
And there you have it.
I would say, as in all deals, everybody's got to be happy.
Everyone's going to be happy. But you know, and hold on, before you, I must say, he said everyone has to be happy. The first dollar should always drop to the fighter. That's how I'm going to change the game. You know, it should not be the broadcaster first and the fighter second. God forbid, the broadcaster first and then the promoter. No, the fighter should be the first person to get the first dollar that drops. Nothing unreasonable about that. And so here is the deal. The deal is, if the first dollar that drops comes to Junior, that fight will sign. If Sky say they want the first dollar, they're the ones who are going to be killing this deal. Is that fair to say? This is the man to back.
Is there a deadline? In other words,
48 hours. 48 hours.
if it's not done in 48 hours, it won't happen.
Cool.
But we want to sign. Sky? It's all in the eye, it's all in the hands of Sky. And so, for all you aficionados, you fans, you know, petition Sky to make this deal happen.
Why have you been quiet about this one?
I'm not talking. I mean,
yeah, is what Chris saying right?
Why are you scratching your chin?
Because not all of what he says is right.
What? Tell me what's wrong in what I'm saying then.
Because there is a policy and a deal in place. You're trying to change that, and I understand that, and that's why we'll have our meeting on Monday. But
It's not that I'm trying to change it. Look, you know,
in fact,
who takes the risk?
the fact is that the bottom line is that the fight is there, and if you want it, you can have it.
No, we are ready to. We will sign on Monday.
well,
Sky
no,
are the. But,
no,
but
no.
that's what the meeting's going to be about.
Well, we'll see what happens Monday. The deal is there. It's ready to go.
Put the pressure, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Put the pressure on Sky to sign the deal. Give Junior. Listen, they've got to back him. He's the one taking the risk.
Are you saying you want more money from Sky? What are you saying?
No.
What is it?
Actually,
What is
the first dollar that drops should be to Junior. That's